Hey everyone, this is Big Benedict. This is the second of the three DLC packages for Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and we're playing these on Elite difficulty. So we're in this countryside area. It's a really nice looking environment. We have two guys up here to kill. That guy and then this guy. You can assign your shots or just participate in them, whatever you want to do. This first part is rather easy. In fact, it harkens back to what I said when I was making my guide for this game. It takes you just a few tries to realize where everybody is, and then it's just a matter of formality, like taking this guy out. Extraneous circumstances can happen. I will admit that, but if you know where all the enemies are, a lot of these fights they always pan out in the same way. So I'm going to stand up here in the hill so I can get the best look at everybody. And we do have the camouflage suits back. And okay, so the next targets that I'm going to take out are these two guys here. I'm going to assign my teammates to kill this guy, and then I'm going to kill this guy. But look at the guy to the left. He has to at least go into the shadow area. You see the shadow area on the bottom left? Just wait until he about passes that guard that I'm aiming at right now. Just so his dead body will be over there with the collective others. So that's 6 guys down. And we do have the camo, so just always watch out when you have that cursor hovering over what color it is. Now for these next targets, there should be 4 guys down here. Yeah, there they are. So I'm going to have to zoom in here and aim at this guy and shoot him in a synchronized shot. And there's one more guy on the patio up there, and I don't know. I wouldn't recommend trying to kill him out until everyone's dead, because the thing that happens is a couple circumstances happened to me that were undesirable about this particular enemy who I'm going to kill next. Sometimes I hit him one time and he just fell off, and then everybody saw him, of course. Everybody saw the big disaster. And the other time, somebody else saw him somehow. I think the guy inside might have been making his rounds over to this area and he saw him. But as long as you're down here, hopefully you can get a nice headshot. Now that's one guy down. There's just two more guys left. This guy over here, who's sitting at a desk, I believe, right there, and then the guy to the left, right up there. And these are the last 2 targets for this area. And then the next section is rather bullshit, because we have to deal with enemies who can see us and also overhead choppers that can spot us. But the choppers can't spot any dead bodies that you've killed, so that's a plus. And the choppers can't see you unless they really see you with their detected vision. So what I like to do here first is take this guy out, and because that guy is he's a stationary enemy right there. So the line that just came up, that was from the helicopter, the chopper. So there's 2 guys to the left that are walking amongst themselves, so if you need to use a sensor grenade, go for it. If they're too close to one another, zoom in so you can be more precise about whom you're hitting. And I'm going to take out these 3 guys because they're all on the left side. And when you're aiming and a helicopter is inbound in this area, you're going to get... See how I deployed that sensor grenade, but I was out of cover for a minute, and it had that little halo over my character, meaning that I need to go in the opposite way that the arrow's pointing, or I'm going to get spotted immediately. But I'm going to use the drone actually a lot here because it's very helpful. There's 3 enemies, 2 by the tractor, and then that one guy walking his path over there. And that guy I'm not going to mess with, not right now anyway, because a lot of the kills you need to do in this game, they need to be left in groups so that the patrols can't see them. Now here I should have probably crept up a little bit, but I was surprised at just how much range this thing has. Surprised for a moment anyway, but now that does mean I need to creep up. The helicopter will see you even if you're prone. So even if you're prone, you have to quickly double tap the left analog stick, left or right, whichever way you need to go. But the most important thing to know is that you need to stay behind cover, obviously. It's a cover-based shooter. And that one helicopter that you just saw lift up from the ground, that was an airborne one that set down and dropped more patrols over here. So there's a lot of enemies left, and I would highly recommend using the drone, the flying drone. But make sure you're behind cover when you use it. And I believe there's too many guys for us to take out with just a synchronized shot, because there's more than 4 enemies. But if we could somehow get them into separate clusters, we'll have an advantage here. So also, it's really important to listen for the helicopter to see where it is, and also if you want to try to scan the environment, see where it is. I didn't have much luck with that, because sometimes I would hear the chopper and then I would look up in the sky, I couldn't see it anywhere. So I don't know if it was, all you really need to do is listen for it. Over here, I don't think I wanted to commit to this shot right here. What I really wish is that see, like this guy, I targeted this guy, and then I wanted to not target him. So I feel that if all your targets are already credited for, they should just knock off the one that you've already targeted, and they should know that you don't want to target that one. And I know it's kind of fussy, but it would be so helpful. See, like right now, I wanted to cancel number 1, and I thought that hitting this 4th one would do that, but it gave me a little beeping sound, meaning no, you can't do that. So I'm going to have to set everything up again, cancel some of these targets, because these guys here are in a great position for me to take them down, since they're all in that cluster over there. 4 guys, perfect. Now here, what was I doing? I don't think I waited for it long enough. Yeah, that was a bit of a close call. You see that? I don't know what happened. I think we just had a longer waiting period than we needed. But the damn bushes were in my way right here. I think we have just 2 more guys, and that'll be the end of it, insofar as the enemies. But you still have to make it to the end without the chopper seeing you. So you can do that. It's not too hard, but this is a challenging section, I've got to admit. It took me several tries. And the worst part about it is just the loading times, that constant problem of having those. So I'm going to send the drone back and order that kill order. The chopper saw me first, or he thought he saw me, and then I went back. And that little edit right there, I sent out the drone again unnecessarily on accident, so I cut it out. But now you notice there's no more enemies, and it has the marker across the way saying we need to go about 90 meters across the field to get to the gully that we need to go to, where the train's coming. So right here, actually, I do kind of go from cover to cover. I think you even are going to see me sprint right here. Yeah. It's fine if you sprint. Just know that when you stop sprinting, you need to press the circle button instantly to go back into the camouflage mode. So right here, see, you just got to go to the right if that needle's pointing to the left, and vice versa. And just stay behind cover. If you stay behind cover, you're going to be okay. Even if the chopper's right over you, if you're glued to cover, you're okay. And then this will be the last part where, well, not maybe not in the final scheme of this whole chapter, but the no alert allowed, that will knock off pretty soon in the next checkpoint. So yeah, I don't know where that chopper was that he saw me from that far away, but really bizarre. But we need to regroup, and I was getting a little nervous over here because I hadn't got my checkpoint. I did not want to get spotted. But all you need to do, see, I don't understand that. I don't know why it wasn't letting me go down there when my teammates were all ready to jump down there, but I was able to. And right when you jump down here, you get yourself a nice checkpoint. And I got spotted immediately down here, and you're going to see an edit over here. But it's not a case where you can't walk forward. I think I just didn't have the camouflage on or something, or I was sprinting. I'm not sure what happened, because there's no enemies on the train, but there are enemies on the roof. So it could have been one of the roof guys that saw me. There's 3 enemies on the roof, and I'm going to take these guys out in a very sloppy way, but they kind of just, I knew where they were, and I just shot them all real quick. And if you could do that in this game sometimes, even though it says you're detected, you're not. They take it away.
Looks like an artillery unit heading for the front.
So safely go up the ladder right here. And I should have just ordered a kill. You know, I should have just done a kill order right here, or did a stealth kill, but I don't know what possessed me to do this. See, it says I'm detected. But as long as you can kill that last guy, he's fine. And then there's 2 guys down here. I'm not sure how I got away with that, but I'm glad I did. I'm going to order a kill order.
I spotted 2 more. Where?
And then you're going to get a checkpoint once these guys drop.
He's down.
And then you, the player, is going to drop down here. And we're going to have a conversational checkpoint, which I edited out. So if you want to resupply over there, go for it. But here's the next section of the level. And no alert. There's no alert criteria here. So if you start shooting, it doesn't matter. And in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But the reason I switched to magnetic mode was because the boss over here tells you to. But we can't really search for the car that has the intel on it until we clear these guys. So I'm just a fighter. I'm not a stealth person. I don't like stealth. I like how it's very nicely married in this game, stealth and combat, kind of like The Last of Us. I don't like it all stealth, but I do like all combat, and that's kind of where this mentality is coming from. Me liking to be a fighter. So this is a pretty standard battle here. You're probably going to have to throw some sensors to expose these guys. We have some guys in some fixed turrets. We're going to hop on and off pretty indiscriminately, just whoever happens to be nearby. And I do get hit by a grenade at one point, and I'm not entirely sure if a grenade is instant death, because the few times that I've got hit by a grenade in this game, I don't remember outright dying. I remember falling on my falling face down in the dirt and getting picked up by a squad mate. So if that's how it works, I really like that. If that is in fact how it works. But since this is on the hardest difficulty, I don't see how they could permit that. But maybe they do. But anyway, I do want to apologize for the Ninja Gaiden 2 cancellation. I'm sorry about that, but I am concurrently playing Ninja Gaiden 1, and I'm going to be making a guide for that game, and you don't have to worry about me canceling that game, because that game is all new to me. As far as, I mean, that's not like me. That's me replaying a franchise I love, but it's not me playing a game to death like Ninja Gaiden 2, like I get into the habit of doing. But having never played Ninja Gaiden 1, here's the situation right here. You just need to get picked up. Your teammates are always good to grab you real quick, stick you with the morphine. But yeah, so look forward to, and also good news, I got the previous video monetized, so I think what I'm going to do from now on is not even write any info in the upload, just maybe put test video or something, and I'll just leave it unlisted until it gets monetized or unmonetized, and then I'll publish it. Don't worry, I'm not going to not finish the guide if these don't get monetized, because just having the first one done was incentive enough for me to continue. And even if it hadn't, I would have tried again, and I would have continued this guide, because it's only 3 videos. But yeah, I think YouTube scans the video, they scan the audio, and they also fact check like the titles. So I think a lot of my videos have been getting disregarded and just not being approved just simply because of the title and the tags and the description I've had. So I think that's a way to go. And I just thought about it myself, actually. It just kind of made sense. You know, if they think it's like just a test video, then they're probably not going to, you know, they'll still scan the video, but they won't have those facts to check against and see if it's okay for people to publish that guide. Anyway, We have a checkpoint here. We're going to have another engagement down the way, so I don't think you can hop on the turret, 'cause when I jumped on it, I couldn't angle it over to where the enemies are coming. So just head back this way, and we're going to have a second phase of the fight. Okay, what we have up ahead is two distinct sections. So as I mentioned a moment ago, you probably should not go on the turret. It's just going to get you killed. But this fight here, I was going to decrease the duration of how long it lasted by fast forwarding it a little bit. But I'm not sure why I chose not to. Maybe it was to give myself a little bit more time to talk about the channel and stuff like that. But I think it was about 12 minutes long. No, maybe 18 minutes. Because I think it started at the 2-minute mark, and then it didn't end until, I don't know, let's see, 2:18, I don't know, almost to 20 minutes, so minus a couple minutes. I'm not the best at math, as you could probably imagine. But there's this part, and then there's the next part where the mercs come in and turn the lights off on you, and you have to activate your magnetic view. And if you get hit by an EMP grenade, then you can't activate that view for like 10 seconds. It's kind of interesting. But caution always prevailed over here for me, and that's why I didn't die. And I don't think you get a checkpoint, so let me see. I think you get one checkpoint. Yeah, I'm almost certain you get one checkpoint. The reason I couldn't commit to an answer right away was because I never died. But if I had died, then I would have known there was a checkpoint or there wasn't a checkpoint. Sometimes you'll see an enemy up in that train station up there ahead on the ledge. Sometimes they like to pop out up there. But for the most part, you've got the tools to take you through this part. But anyway, yeah, I did. As I said in my last video, I had to cancel Ninja Gaiden 2, and the problem was not having enough time and me getting just kind of nauseated playing that game so many times. And that can happen with any game, I feel. You play it to death. And then I was also thinking to myself, like, if someone new comes to the channel and they want a guide, like, where do they start? Like, I know where I think they should start, but they wouldn't know automatically. Although I do take my time to write, well thought out descriptions and things like that. But not many people read the descriptions, and that's the thing. And I don't read the descriptions too much either, unless I'm curious about it. I want extra information that's not in the video, or that's not being given by the speaker, if there is a speaker. But yeah, a general just nausea would always fill me up when I knew I would have to narrate the same situations over and over again. I'm just one guy. I'm not a robot, and I can't keep liking stuff, the same thing over and over again. So here, the enemies are just going to come from different directions, and whichever way they're coming, that's the way you should, go to cover the opposite side. And always slide into cover. The cover works really great here, the sliding into the cover mechanic. Watch out for that guy. The place I was at was not a very good spot, but I only saw him at the last second. I was able to take him out, but he could have killed me instantly right there. And I never experienced much flanking either. I experienced a couple of guys coming up to me in this and the next parts. But there's just so many enemies in the next part. I thought it was a glitch, because it looked like the same guy kept spawning indefinitely. So here's a smoke grenade. I have to let the smoke die down before I can see anything. Oh, okay. That's what negated it right there. Pressing down on the D-pad to activate this mode. But I was looking on YouTube for this game, for the guide, to see who was making guides for this game, and I came across one guy. Well, the only reason I want to say that is because I was looking for the chapter titles for these. The IGN wiki that I was using before for the chapter titles, it doesn't have this DLC, so I just wanted to find the chapter titles, and I found them. But in the course of my finding those, I stumbled across a couple people playing this game, and I think they're playing it live, and they have no idea of what they're doing because they're playing it live. They can't, step away from the video, having done the video, and impart tips. And it's just like the most unhelpful thing I could think of. But the only consolation was that these people, the video I saw in particular, he really didn't have too many fans. He had like 5,000 subs, and I'm not one to speak because I only have like 1,100 at this point. But well, you add my two channels together, and I have like 3,000 or something. But it's just like, if I needed help, that guy wouldn't be able to help me because he even left in his deaths. He was dying multiple times. And that's the reason why because I saw his video was like 50 minutes long, and this video is almost 40 minutes long, but he kept in his deaths because when you're doing live, it's really hard to edit it, because you're trying to sync your voice up with the video. And I don't use a microphone either. Not a head microphone. I use a standing microphone that sits on my desk. But I was just thinking to myself, damn, this guy that I'm watching the video, he can't help me. Because he's just running into things as they happen to him, and he was not giving any advice. Now, on the flip side of that, people that were watching some of my videos of this guy where I was just ranting and not talking about the game, they could say the same thing. This guy is not helping me, but I have been helping you in a lot of the other videos, and I normally do. It's just that sometimes when I play these types of games, you could be analytical to a point, and then it just gets really boring, especially a game that's not very challenging to begin with. And that's just kind of how it works with me. But I don't know, I like playing this game. What I don't like doing is waiting for the loading times too much. That's not too good. But anyway, things you could look forward to on the channel. I'm definitely doing Ninja Gaiden 1, and you don't have to worry. See, that's where this comes in about me wanting to have this reputation where I don't cancel guides. So now I've had to do it twice. And, I've told you the reasons why. And people are fine with that. One guy, he said, totally understandable. Don't worry about it. Some other people expressed disappointment, and, I sympathize with them. But I'm only a human being. I can only, tolerate so much of a game that I can. Plus, that game was just ruining my life. I need to move on to some smaller projects like this. And I'm really looking forward to Ninja Gaiden 1 as well. Because there are a lot of changes in that game. When I say changes, I really shouldn't say changes because the mechanics and the weapons and everything, the way that game was originally, that's how it was. And then they went in and changed it for Ninja Gaiden Black. But the most shocking thing that I immediately found out in Ninja Gaiden 1 is that there's fixed camera. There's no camera controls. It's just fixed. The only way you manipulate your perspective is to press the right trigger to center the camera behind yourself. So here's the checkpoint. I was correct about that. There's just a ton of guys. It seems like these guys never end. But I'm going to be doing that Ninja Gaiden 1 guide. It'll be after this project. In fact, I can't really start the guide until I clear hard mode because the game comes with you can originally play normal or hard, which I really appreciated because I hate playing the game so many damn times to unlock the difficulties. But the guide's going to be on very hard mode since there is no Master Ninja mode. It actually first came into existence. Well, it does say Master Ninja Tournament in the options for Ninja Gaiden 1. But when you go there, I click on it and it says that it doesn't support it anymore or something. But I was watching a long time ago, someone named what's his name? The Big Alski. I think he was doing some tournament videos with Ninja Gaiden Black. But pretty much, yeah, the guy I referenced in the last video, Angelic Arcangelio, I think that's how you say his name. He was on the money about it being the missing link in my guides, and I was going to do it. Trust me, I did. It wasn't his email that made me do the guide, because I was going to do it anyway. I bought the game last week. His email came yesterday, so I also don't think there's any tests of valor in that game or anything. So it'll be a really concise, easy guide for me to do and share a lot of my views, because in Ninja Gaiden 2, you could share your views, and you could share your views, and you could, continue to share your views every single time. But there gets to be a point where you're just saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, there's always new things to talk about in that game, for the most part, but like the game mechanics, the ones that work and the ones that people need to know, are ones that need to be addressed in that guide. But there's a lot of things in Ninja Gaiden 1 that I feel that I could have a really fun and fresh guide making experience with it, and make some money on the guide, and have a fun project and make it that missing link that it is. And I guess the only other guide is to make Ninja Gaiden 3, but no one wants to do that. Nobody wants to play that shit. And then I saw something else called Ninja Gaiden Z that they're making into a zombie game. But I'm telling you guys right now, Ninja Gaiden's dead. I really wish it wasn't, and I don't like saying that, but it started with Ninja Gaiden 3. It's like a team of people is committed to ruining the franchise, and they're doing a really fucking great job in their job of ruining the franchise. It's like it's not that they're trying to ruin it by just stupidity. It's like that's their main goal. Let's ruin this franchise, and it really makes me depressed, and it makes me want to play Ninja Gaiden 1 even more, since I have never played it, and it's a great game. So I'm going to go down in this tunnel. It's pretty risky. You want to activate your magnetic view right away, even though I don't, because enemies will come down these corridors. And I don't think this was the safest approach, to be brutally honest. I don't know what I was thinking, actually, but I was just kind of in one of those grooves where I felt that I was invincible, taking all these guys down with melee attacks. And it's not like you get into a fight. As long as you press the square button, you win. There's no quick time button to win. They could probably hit you first, but it's not like getting clobbered in gears where you don't have a chance. So here's, I think, where I switch. Yeah, there we go. See, that guy was ready for me. And so I somehow shot him through the wall. But other people have recommended games to me in the past, and pretty much, and I'm sorry to have to break people's hearts about certain games that they might want to see me play, but Dark Souls, no, I'll never play that game. It's not something I would ever enjoy. And what else do people say? Metal Gear Rising or Vengeance, sorry, it won't ever happen. God Hand, no. Vanquish, no. None of the Devil May Cries, not the new one either. It's not that I have anything against those, because people are recommending them to me because they're great games. But I just don't like those games. I have games that I like, and games that I just don't really care for, and the games I mentioned are among those. And you might say to yourself, like, well, have you played these games? The answer is no, I haven't played them. I played the demo for Metal Gear Rising, and I know without having to play it that I most likely won't enjoy it, and at this point, I don't want to play it. And I'll probably never play it. Nor will I want to cover it, so. But I bet 1,000 people have asked me to play Metal Gear Rising, or maybe 100, maybe 150, 200. I mean, I wish every one of those questions was equal to a click of an ad of one of my videos. Then I'd have a lot of money. But I was glad. I was also glad to give away the copy of Ninja Gaiden 2, excuse me, the sealed copy of that game, plus the game manuals to the guy up in Canada. So he should be getting those. I hope he doesn't get in trouble with his parents, because he had some problems. So I'm sure he. Well, I wish him the best about not getting in trouble. He had an issue. He didn't want his. He didn't want his parents to know that he had given away his address to someone on the internet. So I really wish him well. And it was a legitimate contest, though, and he earned his prizes, and well, he earned them. So I sent them to him, and that's the last of that. Yeah, this part here, like the same guy kept coming out every single time. I don't know if this is a glitch, but I almost died right there. I mean, how many times can this guy come out? I'm like, is this guy a boss? Or what? Why is he spawning so many times over here? Does he have a health bar? You know, a guy in a black sweatshirt, is that the boss for this fucking level? Man, I think the grenades he's throwing is smoke grenades. So look at this. I mean, he comes out even more times, I believe. There he is again. Like, why does he spawn so many times? Did I kill? I think I killed him right there. There he is again. He spawned like 10 times. Yeah, also pay attention to colors in this game. They really help you. See the circle under where it says 28? That's orange, so that means you can't press forward once it turns blue. Everything in blue is pretty much safe. It's really nice to have a game with consistent color schemes so you can know what's going on. More guys are going to come down below. Maybe, see, is that the same enemy that I just killed? Maybe it is all like one enemy, but they spawn like 50 fucking million times.
Gotta reload. Engage!
Yeah, there he is. 3 of them. It's like, what in God's name? There's 3 of these guys. This must be a glitch. Why do I always get the glitches, you know?
Target down. He's down. Got it. I'm out.
But I also intend to probably cover Beyond Two Souls and Lords of Shadow 2. But I'm gonna have to really be cautious about new games. I always have a problem with new games. You have to wait a while for these disputes to not happen. But we're going on to the next part in the final chapter. I had no bullets here, but when I respawned, they gave me some bullets. So you also get an ammo cache up ahead. But what's going to happen is the lights are going to go off, so you need to switch to magnetic view. And just watch out for those EMP grenades, but even so, I mean, just stay behind cover for a few seconds, you'll be able to see it. You could still see stuff. That's the good thing about this game. It's not like, well, when the flash grenades go off, then you really can't see, but... so this is the train car that's our focus right now. So you need to dispatch the drone here. And press hold the L1 button down until you get the circle button prompt, and then you don't have to move the car, just press the square button, and then there's going to be a cut when he's finished with this computer hack that he's doing. And then what you want to do, even if you're low on ammo, even if you're not relatively low on ammo, you probably want to hit that cache, because likely you've thrown grenades, so you need to have some more grenades for yourself. The sensor grenades won't help you because your vision's going to be distorted and then rectified with this vision here, so you can see everybody. It's like having the sensor grenades activated. It's only when you get the EMP. And I've never had that happen to me, actually. So this is the first. Basically, the guys we're looking for are like the hooded figures. You could tell what they have a distinct look to them. And I found that this position's pretty good for staying here like the entire time. Some enemies will be up on the platform, and if you can't reach them from this angle, just have your teammates kill them. And if you have to, just move to another location. I died one time here, and it was only because I was just in a bad spot, and the guy up on the platform, he pummeled me with bullets, and I couldn't even move. He stun locked me or something. Here's the EMP grenade. Was it? No, that wasn't it. But always at least try to shoot these guys through the boxes and the walls. Sometimes it won't hit, but the ones it hits, it really makes a difference in the fight. So I don't think that grenade hit anybody. It's like, why am I even throwing these things if they never hit? So this might be the EMP. Yeah, there we go. Can't do anything right now. I mean, I could shoot, I just can't activate that. Did not mean to jump over there. But as you can see, like, you can still see relatively. I mean, if an enemy was coming, you could see if he was coming. And see, it was only about 10 seconds, and then they give you your vision back.
Let's finish him off. So
I like that mechanic, actually. I mean, if it was permanent, then that wouldn't really work too well. But you can tell a lot of thought has gone into this game. It's just that this hardware really can't handle it. These consoles, neither console really. I guess you'd have to play it on a PC to minimize those loading times, but I don't like playing on the PC myself. So there is no checkpoint here, but this is the last encounter in the chapter, and then we'll be moving on to the third and final installment of this campaign. I don't know how many hours the campaign is approximately, like on an average, but they always, like, if you're on the hardest difficulty like I always play on, it's going to take you a little bit longer. So I'm not sure where that fire came from. Some more guys are coming. I'm going to take these guys down pretty quick. I had to swap guns to my SMG. And here comes another hooded figure. Ironically, they remind me of the guys on Ninja Gaiden the Alchemist. What a shitty enemy that was.
Contact, get ahead! What's the threat? Get the gunner! I copy. Got one! God, we got this! Check 3 o'clock! Hostile spec ops!
So, this fight should be, yeah, clear. It's all clear. And I think I'm going to hit the ammo cache here because I didn't even know this was the actual end of the level, but I did get a trophy to pop up right over here. Tables turned. And that's the end of the chapter. I'll see you in the next one.